Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade, Reckoning of New York. And the time has finally arrived, guys. It's time for that conflict between Kali and Padraic that ended up with Patty getting staked and left out for the sun. But now we get to see it from his point of view, and I'm really curious whether something's going to happen afterward when Kali leaves, or just what exactly is going on here. So here we go with the Shadow of the Daystar. I'm oozing sanity. I can feel it on my skin. The voices know it too, as the thundering uproar drowns out everything else. But I can hold on a while longer. I can. I must. Kali's RV is close, and I hope I can still reason with her, even though I can barely see reason myself. That doesn't sound like oozing sanity. My recollection of how I arrived here is a blur. The wound in my chest pulsating with pain, the burns complicating the mending process. I must have wandered off the path several times because it's incredibly late, and soon the sun will crest over the skyline. How much time do I have left? An hour perhaps, if even that. Finally, I round the corner of the parking lot where I hope to find my friend. But I suspect this chapter may not end in friendship, given what I intend to do. A wave of relief washes over me when I see her RV is still here. Kali hasn't left town yet. It's puzzling how I managed to get here first, but considering all that's happened tonight, she must have been slowed by her burdens. It is almost time. Yes, I can feel it now. Come on, it sounds like Jonathan Davis from Korn, I just realized. I press my back against the RV, lurking in the shadows, counting off seconds, then minutes, straining to suppress the relentless droning. I spin my ring out of habit. It's a futile effort that only quiets the buzz for a few fleeting seconds now, but it pulls me back from the brink nonetheless. Thankfully, I don't have to wait too long. She's finally here, my companion in misfortune. And she looks... God save her. She's been through the ringer, caked in slush from head to toe, dark red stains marring her bizarre attire, the embodiment of despair. It's charming in a peculiar way. Maybe I should stop. Maybe... Come on, run. Wounds heal, Fionn. Who am I kidding? Stopping's no longer an option. I tread the path of Fionn, regardless of the cost. And even though I know the true toll on my quest, I will not back down, no matter how much pain it brings me. So I step out of the shadows, ready for my grand performance. After all, I'm a natural-born thespian. The final act. My voice sounds different. It's probably the wound affecting it. Maybe that's what startled her, that odd, raspy timbre. Kali. My voice sounds different. It's probably the wound affecting it. Maybe that's what startled her, that odd, raspy timbre. Come on, run. Fucking hell, Padraic. Don't sneak up on me like that. If you're here just to... All I can do is mask the stinging pain is to put on my usual blank stare. I realize what it must look like, but I have no other choice. She stops in her tracks. I've come to know her well enough to recognize her posture. She's ready to pounce or flee, though she hasn't decided which just yet. Instead, she just stares at me with those big sable eyes, depthless, full of grief and empathy. What's wrong? Are you hurt? I'm fine. It seems the SAD has started hiring amateurs, or they're just slipping up, as I'm sure you're well aware. Somehow it feels wrong to exploit that side of her. the side she typically shields with her odd sense of humor. It makes me feel as though I'm mocking her. I'm sorry about Reynard. I guess that he has a flawed man who caused you more than enough suffering, but grief is rarely just black or white, is it? And while I never knew my own sire, I can sympathize. I'm truly sorry for your loss. How do you... You've been spying on me? I shrug with one shoulder, the picture of nonchalance. Knowing things is what I do. Knowledge is power, right? And on the topic of knowledge, I take a step toward her, but she instinctively steps back and tenses up, taking an even more defensive stance. But I can't back down now. Why don't you hand over the vial? Her expression shifts entirely, empathy giving way to anger, as she finally pieces my intentions together. But the show must go on. All this time, you lying sack of shit. Do you really want this burden on your hands? The very prize your sire sought at your expense? Let me ease your ordeal. Hand it over. No, absolutely not. I pinch the bridge of my nose, genuinely tired this time. The bloody droning is driving me mad. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. I'm asking nicely. For now. And I'm refusing nicely. Fuck off. I'm not giving you anything. She hisses at me, back hunched and fangs bared, but there's curiosity in her eyes, a desire to understand. Why? Why the hell are you doing this? To kiss the sheriff's ass? To put me in my place? Tell me. I can at least offer her that much. I told you, it's knowledge I'm after. Be more specific. I'm just a blind tool, remember? Kali. Camino run, con run, tunnel run, join run. And that reminds me of the drumming that that's always in the back of the Master's head in Doctor Who. If only the droning would cease for one fecking minute. All that lies ahead of me is a downward spiral toward the complete loss of my mind. Yet here I stand, clinging to a promise of hope, of change. That vial represents hope for my blood. That vial, more than anything, holds immense power, a force vast enough to either usher in our doom or unlock the gateway to uncharted possibilities. It all hinges on who claims it first. It's just too intense. I can't make any sense of their words, only the constant thundering buzz. Camino run, con bron, run, run, run. Veritra is certain the blood will expand their mind. She assured me it would grant her unique insight into the nature of our kind, and in turn, the nature of my voice. She just stares at me, mouth agape. Are you fucking serious right now? My head is spinning, but I manage a curt nod. I don't even know where to start. You've been in cahoots with Veritra the whole time? I thought... You made me think you were scared shitless of her. I am scared of her. I really am, but... Camino run, con bron, tana run, run. Stop it. Please. Kali, I'm old. Far older than you. 4 times your age, at least. I survived the fall of London. I've witnessed the true extent of the eternal struggle. I've learned to outsmart the conflicting voices in my head. But this one bizarre, distinct voice, I have to know why it still haunts me. I can't go on without answers. Veritra, She promised me that.
Camino run, run.
She burst out laughing, her face a mixture of fury and disbelief. It's irritating. Oh, she promised you? Really? You absolute moron. Kali. I've never met her, not even once, and I'm 100% sure she's gonna fuck you over. How could she not? She fucks over everyone.
Camino run, run.
She doesn't understand. In time, she might, but I don't have that luxury. You don't know her like I do. I've been in talks with her for months. She is reasonable if strict. Stay on her good side, and she delivers on her promises. How can you be so naive? Has she actually come through on anything she's promised? Or has she been stringing you along, using those promises as bait?
Camino run, run.
I shake my head, desperately trying to quiet the incessant droning. Her ignorance is of little help. Just hand over the vial. Patty, wake up! Your obsession's leading you right to your own pit of decay. I am awake. I am...
Camino run, run.
What happened to... Oh, sorry. What happened to your instincts? To all the voices that prophesied the future? Where are they now, when you're about to entrust Wretch with unimaginable power? She simply has no idea what it's like. This sorry existence in perpetual conflict with myself. This never-ending tug of war over who dictates my moves. If only she tried to...
Come on, run.
Can't you see the end of the world is in the making? What's wrong with you? There is no me. I want to snap her neck, break her in two, reduce her to nothing, so maybe she...
Camino run, run. Camino run, run.
I'm out of control. Standing here like a wild animal, fangs bared, fingers curled into claws and primed for a fight.
Camino run, run.
Must be that maddening buzz. It must be. Otherwise...
Camino run, run.
Silence you.
Camino run, run.
I'm gonna ask you one last time. Please, hand over the vial. I know the past few nights have been hell for you, although no fault of your own. And for what it's worth, I've grown to like you. I really don't want this to get ugly. But I need that vial. So hand it over. Now. You're smart. One of the smartest kindred I've ever met. But you're too stupid to see that I can't do that. I won't.
Camino run, run.
She turns away from me. I can't let her. Give me the vial. In an instant, I extend my mind, slithering into Kali's consciousness, replacing her will with my own. Her lips stiffen and her head freezes in place. She's a marionette, and I, the puppeteer, have just pulled her strings taut. Her legs are shaking with the strain of fruitless protest, but she walks toward me, step by step. I look at her steadily, one hand extended and fingers dancing subtly, orchestrating her every move. And she can't stop. No matter how much she screams inside her head, urging her muscles to defy me, there's nothing she can do to break free from my indomitable will. I didn't ask for any of this, and neither did she. But the show must go on. She marches right up to me and slowly, with a trembling hand, she reaches into her belt bag. The vial. It's so close I can almost feel it. Let go. What? Let go, Fion. My hand drops toward my dice ring. Why? The asking is yours. I begin to spin the ring erratically, yet nothing feels different. What's changed? You both have Vion. I don't understand it. I don't understand anything anymore. What was all of it for? To just surrender in the end? What purpose does any of this serve? What is the... It is finished. The world around me seems to crumble. The starry sky rolling down like a curtain, the buildings toppling over onto my head. But then I realize it's not the world falling. I am. And as I hit the ground, I noticed the wooden stake I gave Kali in the first night we met, now driven right through my own lifeless heart. I slump onto the snow with a silent thud, but I feel nothing. My body numb, my mind not existent. No pain, no tension, no impact. As if I'd never possessed any senses at all. I can't move a muscle, not even to look around. I just lie there dazed, astonished, and absolutely terrified. The soft crunch of snow betrays Kali's approach. She looks down at me with anger and remorse. The worst part is, this isn't even your fault. I can't respond. I want to, more than anything in the world, but no words escape my throat. I want to tell her it's all right, that I understand why she did it, that I see her internal battle, her struggle. But we both know she can't undo it, because neither of us would relent. And so, she leaves me there, defenseless against whatever may come. The roar of her RV's engine fading into the distance until I know she's well and truly gone. Why did my voice stop me? Why do things happen as they do, Vion? Even the passage of time is now beyond my grasp, but I must have been lying here for at least half an hour. The orange hue of the sky hints as much. Dawn is breaking, and the sun will rise within moments. So, this is how it ends. Not what I would have expected. But all I can do now is embrace my end. My, look at that. The beautiful, incandescent, merciless.
Camino run confronting run.
It's hard to maintain any dignity when your body sears with pain. And it starts immediately as the first rays of the sun caress my skin.
Camino run confronting run.
I want to scream, but I have no mouth.
Camino run confronting run.
I have no hands, yet I hold on. It's all I have left.
Camino run confronting run.
Defiance.
Camino run.
Let go.
Camino run confronting run.
My senses go further into overdrive with each passing second.
Camino run confronting run.
My vision is flooded with indescribable images. My hearing a chaotic mix of screams, gunfire, queen, explosions, constant droning. Kali's voice, footprints in the snow.
Camino run confronting run.
Let go, Vion.
Camino run confronting run.
I can't. It hurts so much.
Camino run confronting run.
All you must do is ask.
Camino run confronting run.
Please. The rubbing twisting beneath the gauze of my consciousness. Creeping. Creepy. But at the flux of it all, those winding tendrils, it's all about the depth. Like a vault, a sanctum where echoes play mischievous games, parading memories and images. Not just mine, oh no, but theirs. A shared river of ceaseless whispers. Vion. Not alone. Never were. Enmeshed as one as a hazel bush, with blood and fangs and hunger and madness. Straddling the blade between I and the we, the singular and the plural. Voracious and raw, it seeks, its hunger for the primal pulse, an ancient call to the feasts in Mogmiel. Vion. Yet I strive, I, singular, alone, encased in a shell of reason, battling the tidal waves of collective murmurs. Like the sun's last reluctant rays, clinging to the thought that we are not mere players, but the play itself. Not just storytellers, but also the story. Anchor yourself, Vion. I am Vion. And yet, I'm not him as well. But here I stand. Now, I can feel it. The quiet whisper of 1,000 voices pulling at me, tearing me apart, breaking me down into pieces. Yet somehow, I always reassemble. I see nothing, yet I sense everything. The intricate web, the lattice of interwoven truths, lies, madness, sheer utter insanity. But in this moment, I'm calm. It's peaceful here. The incessant droning has ceased, replaced by a soft, distant murmur, echoing through. Where am I? The collective. What do you mean? Here, all our wills weave together. I don't understand. All you must do is ask, Vion. Ask what? I'm so lost. I'm so tired. Who are you? This is not the question. I feel like I'm talking to a Vorlon. Indulge me for a moment. I've wrestled with this enigma for ages. Who are you? We are you, Vion. The voice is ever present, elusive, saturating the vast, endless expanse around me. It is within me, encircling me completely, resonating with the very core of my being. It echoes through every aspect of my existence, a constant, implacable force. And it plays games with me. Who am I, then? You are the seed from which we grow anew. I tire of these games. Speak plainly. Words are frail. Words are all I have left. You must want beyond want if you are to understand. You must dream, covet, crave, lust. You must hunger. You must set aside your ego and give yourself to the oneness. And the asking is yours. For so long, I've craved, yearned, dreamt of this moment. Now that it's here, I find myself at a loss. I want to know. It's the one thing I've wanted for decades upon decades upon decades. I decided long ago that no matter the cost, I'd pay it. But I'm incensed. It's the same cycle over and over again, the promise of an answer only to be pacified with another promise. An endless loop of deception. One that I don't care for anymore. But most of all, I am just so tired. So utterly exhausted. I am yours to take. Make me understand. Please. My question echoes through the void, and in that defining moment, I finally realized what I was missing all those long decades. It doesn't matter. My mind begins to crumble, bit by bit, memory by memory. Every precious fragment of my existence, every whispered conversation, every stolen glance, every lie told, every truth unspoken, flashes vividly before my eyes. A relentless, swirling tempest of images and sensations. Those memories gleam with the intense clarity of a star burning too brightly in the night sky, before they dissolve into the abyss, consumed by an invisible flame. I am an observer, dispassionate and distant, watching the very essence of who I was evaporate into nothing. And in this eerie void where my emotions should roar, something new arises. Something that is not me. Because I was never here. I never was. Whew. The jester lead Padraic to the truth he had always searched. So essentially, he got uploaded into the Malkavian Madness Network. So that is very interesting. It seems like everything was just kind of a cause for him to open his mind to it, like right before he died. So, I have some thoughts about this. Let me kind of put them all together for this. Wow, what a dour note to end this on. I guess it makes sense. It is World of Darkness. At least that's the thing I got about it being uploaded to the Madness Network. I could be completely wrong. I don't know if Padraic's story was actually necessary. Does that make sense? Like, I saw Kali's story and I thought Kali's story was great, but I think that they could have taken a lot of the asides. It was very cool to see things through Patty's point of view, but I think it would have been good to have like maybe an epilogue with that last chapter with Patty and dealing with his voices and everything. So you just got a glimpse of how twisted he was. You got to lead a little bit to the imagination. And so we kind of had it handed to us, like all the stuff that he was doing with his voices and everything and all the stuff he was dealing with. I think it would have been great to just have that summed up via his point of view in that epilogue, so you can kind of leave it to your imagination just how messed up he was and kind of build it bigger in your head. I think a lot of the meanwhiles in Patty's story could have been in Kali's. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. I think Kali's story could have just been Kali's story with all of those meanwhiles and with this last little bit of Padraic's story being the epilogue. I don't know. I don't know necessarily this is the end of the New York story either, but that'd be very interesting if it was, because it does seem we saw that Kadir may be making a power play and be considered Prince in all but name. But what would Panhard have to say about that? A lot of different ways that we can go, and also the Anarchs are in disarray because of Torque's death and them being now taken, over. I feel that there is definitely more story here, but I don't know if it actually will continue. We do know that Kali basically has some antediluvian blood, and that's pretty crazy, but I don't know if that's going to have anything to do with New York. Maybe the fact that the antediluvian blood got away is going to cause Veritra to kind of show her hand and openly declare war. Like, there's a lot of different ways it can go about, so, What do you guys think about this? Do you kind of agree with me that I think Padraic's story could have just been that epilogue Do you think it needed to be there at all? Did you guys like it? Like, let me know your opinions. This one's very interesting compared to Coteries of New York and Shadows of New York. Took a very kind of different path, but it was a very tragic story because you knew both of them were doomed in very different ways. But Kali's still alive, and I guess Padraic is still alive in a sense, and when there's life, even among vampires, there is hope. But I hope y'all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, and also I do want to say I tried to rectify it a little bit with having that kind of Gaelic accent there at the end. The only thing I really regret is that I kind of stuck with the voice that we gave for Padraic, but some of y'all seem to really like it. So yeah, I think that we did it as good as we could. But I hope y'all have enjoyed the series overall. If you liked the video and you liked the series, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you in the next series. Later days, everyone.